Hi, it's Monday, December 21st, and I got my last Majacraft shipment for the year. They're going to shut down for the month of January. This is their summer holidays, so they're off on the beach and stuff out in New Zealand. So I wanted to share the unboxing. I got a bunch of interesting things. I don't remember what's in the box. So I'll be as surprised as you to see what came in. So everything we unbox, I'll be putting in inventory and in my e-commerce site, softshetlandwool.com. So I hope you like it. It's gonna be fun to unbox and see what's in here. Okay. Getting to be more of a routine now opening these packages. What is this enormous? Oh my gosh. It's a lot bigger than I thought. I can't believe how big this is. This is the Overdrive Flyer. 5 liters of fiber, the bobbin that goes with this. This is enormous. It's difficult to imagine this on the wheel. This has its own head, which is also in here, I think. I seem to remember. All right, so that's that. Overdrive Flyer. Here's another one. So I guess 2. That's for doing massive quantities, or if you're doing art yarns and you want something really big to hold them. One of the new baby bobbins. The black plastic groove for your brake band so that it's not as loud in the when you're spinning. This is, they always send all the small bits in these candy bags. So I've got, so this is the knob for a custom request. Somebody got an alpaca wheel and it needed custom parts, so that's what this is. Drive band, another part for that alpaca nut, and honestly, I have no idea what this is. Might be something for the overdrive heads. I think that's what it is. Yeah, those are knobs for the overdrives. And then some hooks, just that I was running short on. Bummer, no candy. Normally they'll throw a couple pieces of chocolate in there for me. The baby bobbin. Okay, so I these are still very popular, the colored bobbins. This is the Eastern Blue. I'm getting 2 of those, and then 2 of the Rose Bright Pink. So these plastic bobbins do not work on the Aura, but they work on all the other wheels. Nice. This is a lace kit. 2 lace bobbins, high-speed whorl, then the lace flyer. And I'm going to take one of these and start using it, see what it feels like. Maybe do some footage of that. I think I got 5 of those in there. Lace kit number 2. my stylus kit. I just did a video on the stylus kit, how to use it. It is so cool. Once I get caught up on demand for those, I'm going to start making yarn from that. Lace kit number 3. Lace kit number 4. Another baby bobbin. Rose bright pink plastic bobbin. Now look at these. Ginormous. This is the overdrive bobbin. Can you imagine? This is what the standard bobbin looks like. I ordered a few of the heads, so you have to assemble the head on your wheel to be able to use this and the flyer. But it's just almost cartoonish in its enormity. I feel like a majorette in a band. I think I might have a good number of these. These are going to take some big boxes to ship when I get orders for these. Who is spinning that much? So the point of the overdrive bobbin is so that when you're using these gigantic bobbins, you're not treadling like you're riding a bicycle uphill. It's supposed to be just as easy as if you're treadling your standard bobbin. So I'm pretty well set with the baby bobbins. But that's nice because I've got all those lace kits, and when you ply your lace, the baby bobbins are a good alternative. Another of the overdrive bobbins. Running out of space here for all this stuff. Another overdrive bobbin. Would have been a good idea to do right up front. Sorry about that. Eastern blue. Oh my gosh, this is my first standard wood bobbin I've received since they came out. So I'm now the proud stockholder of the standard wood bobbin. And this has got the holes for the aura, so you can use these on the aura too. I'm gonna guess I got 4 of these. That's 2. 3. 4. And then these are the overdrive heads that you will use on your wheels. And I've got an overdrive head for a Susie wheel, and I've got an overdrive head for a Rose. Take out the one for the Rose. So a couple things that are catching my eye right out of the gate. They have the 2 pins here, which you would line those up with the holes on your bobbin. There's all sorts of, manuals and stuff online that you can download to to see how you're supposed to install this in on your wheel. So it comes with the actual head. Then there's that knob and brake band that comes with it. That's for the Susie, but they look pretty much the same. So this is it. This is my inventory now from here till February. That's the whirl. You get 2 whirls with that. I don't know how it goes together. Anyway. Really happy that I saw that. This is the screw that goes in the mess with that later. I just saw this laying there, the screw that goes in this one, this whirl. It's like the set screw, probably connects to this, I don't know. Now I'm curious. So the Susie and the Rose are actually quite similar in their design. The only big difference is, from what I understand, is the aesthetics with the Rose, because it's got that traditional appearance. It doesn't have the solid wheel. And then the Rose has got a few more ratios available on its whirl. Yeah, that screw is inside there already, so I'll just make sure that gets put in there. So yeah, that's that. So it's time now to load this stuff up, find a place for it down in the cave, and we'll go from there. So it's Sunday, December 27th, and I'm back from, I took a 3-day break from the internet and everything, my Instagram feed and stuff, just to kind of relax. And I'm out doing chores, broke out the goggles. It might look kind of strange because I don't do my chores on a snowmobile, but they're handy because if it's windy, it keeps my eyes from welling up. It keeps the hay from blowing in my eyes. And then also a little bit of sunshade for me. So I know it kind of looks like overkill, but it really helps a lot. So I'm here in a pen of sheep, and you guys are gonna be either disgusted with me or understanding, we'll see. After all my weeks of moaning and groaning about having to deal with breeding groups, we are now looking at a new breeding group that I just set up last weekend. So what happened was I have a Craigslist alert set up for any activity that relates to the word sheep is the keyword. And that's how I found that one pick on that farm, if you remember that, over the summer. So anyways, something popped up on my email about Shetland sheep for sale in Western New York. So of course I went on high alert, looked at it, and it turns out it was someone that had bought 3 ewes from us last year, right around this time. And so I reached out to her and was able to bring these ewes back into our farm. And they're a little bit high-spirited. I've got some footage of me this week where I was trying to get them to be a little bit more comfortable with me. But they're really, just shy. I don't think they had a lot of handling, which is fine. I mean, they're here for the wool. They didn't have their coats on when we picked them up. And so I decided to leave them uncoated. I just didn't want to stress them out anymore. Not that coating stresses out sheep, but they're in a new environment. I just figured we'd leave them alone. So the most stimulation they've gotten from me is I just come in here every day and try and sit with them for about 30 minutes just to get them used to me. But the other thing we decided was, since they were going to be in quarantine anyway, that we might as well put a ram with them. So we decided to put the spotted black-based ram in with these girls. He's a lamb. So, we'll see what happens. They've been kind of cruel to him. They chase him around, so he ends up going in this little red hut back here. It's a little bit shorter, and he fits in there nicely, and then they seem to gravitate towards the green pen. I have to set out 2 piles of hay, because normally, actually they're being kind of nice right now to him, but there are times when they'll chase him away from the pile, so I set up 2 piles. It's just funny that the girls are bullying the boy. It's not funny, but it's unusual. So the sheep that we brought back, this here is Mara, named after Mara Eliason, so that's the NPR year. She's a Morit. Aren't you? And then here's Lady Rose in the center with the red ear tag. That's the Downton Abbey year. And she's Morit, but I'm looking at her, I'm kind of excited to look at her fleece once she lets me get a little closer to her. You can see she's got like a dusting on her nose and some white or lighter wool around her eyes. I'm wondering if maybe she's modified. I'm not really super advanced on how certain characteristics indicate patterns or colors or whatever, but it's interesting to me. And I would like a lighter brown. I like all of them, but I just think that'd be cool. And then to the far side here with the real bold catnugget facial marking is Nina. She's named after Nina Totenberg, and she's a fawn catnugget. She's definitely, why aren't you eating, Lady Rose? You're just that uncomfortable with me. Anyway, so Nina is, she's out of English Garden, which is very direct lines to some of the AI work that we did. Not the Genoa, but I think it was Persia. I'm probably wrong, but anyway. So that's them, and yeah, so another month of breeding groups with this pen, and the tricky thing is going to be putting the ram back in with the 6 yearling rams. We'll probably have to do some sort of, putting them in a small enclosure for a little while just for them to work out the hierarchy issues. So anyway, so that's an update. These beautiful girls are back. Welcome, girls. I'll get out of your hair so you can eat. I normally don't sit with them when they're eating because I don't want to interfere with that. I do want to make sure they get enough to eat. I love it when they put their front legs on that. This is like a little raised section where we combine 2 pens, and you can just sort of imagine them up in the hills on a rock, looking up. I grabbed this footage of the ewes in the barn. This was earlier last week, Tuesday, I think. And I just wanted to, first of all, it's just fun to watch the sheep in the barn. But second of all, just to sort of show the stark contrast between the ewes that I've had in my flock for a while, and then compare that with the way the new ewes behave. So some of the sheep in degrees of comfort with me being in the barn and stuff, but they're all relatively used to me, and so they behave, kind of a little bit more relaxed. And then just very uncomfortable. So I just thought it'd be interesting to show you the difference, and also just to spend some time just looking at the sheep. So I hope you enjoy this footage. I have one last thing I wanted to show you before I edit the video for this week, and that is the bushel basket liner. I was hoping to have a pattern done by the end of January for the WAFA group, but it's not going to happen. So I finished it, and this, you know, in my fashion, I'm just really bad at checking gauge and stuff. So what happened was I knitted the base, and it looked like it fit the circumference of the basket pretty well. So I thought, okay, well, I must be okay then with gauge and stuff. But after I cast off the brim, I actually had to frog it, the cast off edge, because it was too tight to even fit around. So you can see I've got a gauge problem. So what I'm going to do is Kim of Fairly Fiber Fun has generously offered to workshop this with me, and we're going to figure out what I have to do to adapt my bushel basket liner pattern that was originally designed for a bulky yarn to use my Millspun 2-ply yarns. And I did get some feedback from somebody that, you know, maybe this yarn is too nice for that application, but you know, I just want to try it. So we're gonna go live on Instagram this week. I don't exactly have a time or date. I'll put that on my Instagram feed and my Facebook feed, so that anybody that would like to participate, you know, help, have, you know, some sort of input on, you know, things I could do to make the pattern better. Or if you just want to watch and see, because Kim is very skilled, highly trained in all sorts of fiber crafting, unlike me, and so she's gonna help me, like I said, adapt this pattern. So stay tuned, and once we do the feed, I'll save it as a video and probably put it on next week's episode too. So, but I just wanted to give you that update that at this point it was an epic fail, but it feels nice. So. So this is Whispering Pines Cora. She was born in 2016. She's out of Caramel Mocha and Canterbury. Caramel Mocha's not with the flock any longer, but Caramel Mocha was a Morat ewe that was out of Genoa. And Genoa is one of the AI ewes from our flock where we did the artificial insemination. Look at everybody. So Cora was a single. And the interesting thing about her is we've never bred her. So we've really been on a kick where we've been trying to get more black-based sheep. And so she always missed the cut as far as getting bred. This year we did breed her. We decided that if she's gonna be in the flock, she needs to have babies. But one of the benefits of her never having been bred is she's really built. She's got a nice solid frame. And so she's gonna do really well for us this year. Her spinning fineness last year was 25.3, and coupled with her standard deviation, it was below the threshold. And I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, I spun her up as a commission spin. Somebody took all the yarn from her. She's a fawn catnugget, and she's a very light fawn catnugget. So her yarn, I'll put a picture of the yarn I made from her, comes out really creamy and light. On her paternal side, there is some Pearl genetics in her. So again, Pearl being our flock matriarch in a lot of different ways. So let's have a look at Cora's beautiful fleece, okay? And then we will let her go and eat. This is Cora. She's a fawn catnugget, but her fibers are really light, very nice crimp. Real dense fleece too, you get a lot of wool from her. And I'd say her britch is a little bit more britchy. She's an older ewe, so not as far along in the breeding quality, but still really nice. But this is certainly, you can almost even see quality difference there in the back versus up in the front. I sure hope I'm catching all this. But she does have a darker bottom, and then she's also got the markings on the eyes. Okay, let's just try and get this one more time, sweetheart. So hard to really capture it.